When most people think about change, they think about these big moments of clarity. They think change begins when you finally feel brave, confident, or fully prepared. But in my experience and in the experience of so many people I work with, that's not how it happens at all. Change doesn't start with courage. It starts with discomfort. It starts with a feeling that something isn't right anymore, even if you can't quite name what it is. You start noticing small things. You feel a restlessness you can't shake. You feel like you're going through the motions even when life looks fine on the outside. You feel disconnected from parts of yourself you used to rely on. And even though nothing dramatic has happened, something inside you is shifting. Today, I want to talk about how you know you're ready for change, even if a big part of you is scared of it. Because if you're anything like me, you've spent years being responsible, capable, strong, and holding a lot together. People like us don't usually make changes from a place of excitement. We make a change when staying the same becomes too heavy. We change when we're tired of carrying things we were never meant to carry alone. There are signs that show up long before a big transition, but most people ignore them, push through them, or judge themselves for even noticing them. One of the first signs is this: your old coping patterns stop working as well as they used to. You're still functioning, you're still doing the things you need to do, but it takes more out of you. Conversations drain you in ways they didn't before. Tasks you used to handle easily feel heavier. You have less emotional margin. You find yourself irritated, overwhelmed, or checked out more quickly. This is not failure. This is not you losing it. This is your system saying, I can't keep doing things this way. When survival patterns start to lose their effectiveness, that's usually the first and most reliable sign that something inside you is ready for change. Another sign you're ready for change is the feeling of emotional flatness. You can achieve things, you can hit milestones, you can check off the boxes you've always checked, but it doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't resonate. It doesn't hit the way it used to. What used to feel meaningful now feels empty. This is a subtle form of internal truth-telling. When success stops feeling like success, that's a sign your deeper self is outgrowing the life you're in. A third sign is the emergence of new questions. Questions like, is this really the life I want? Why am I still doing things that drain me? What would my life look like if I were honest with myself? What am I afraid will happen if I stop pretending I'm fine? Those questions are not random. They're a sign that your deeper self is waking up. And once that part of you starts asking questions, it doesn't go quiet again. There's also this strange emotional space that most people never talk about. It's the in-between space. You're no longer the person you used to be, but you're not yet the person you're becoming. You feel unsteady, confused, maybe even frustrated with yourself. You're grieving the old version of yourself while trying to understand the new one that's emerging. This in-between season feels disorienting and uncomfortable. A lot of people think this discomfort is a problem, but it's actually evidence that growth is happening just under the surface. What most people don't realize is that fear doesn't mean you're not ready. Fear is part of the process. Fear shows up anytime you begin to outgrow an old identity. Even positive change brings fear because the brain is wired to value familiarity over fulfillment. Your nervous system interprets sameness as safety, even if the life you've built doesn't actually make you feel alive. So fear isn't a sign you're not ready. It's a sign you're stepping up to the edge of something new. If you've been the responsible one your whole life, the one who keeps everything together, the one people lean on, the one who doesn't want to let anyone down, change will almost always feel scary at first. Not because you're weak or indecisive, but because change threatens the identity that helped you survive. The fear you feel is not a warning, it's information. It's your system saying, this is unfamiliar. And unfamiliar is okay. Unfamiliar is growth. There's a moment I've seen many people reach before a big transition, and I've experienced it myself. It's when staying the same becomes more painful than uncertainty. It's when pretending to be fine takes more energy than telling the truth. It's when holding everything together feels heavier than setting something down. It's when you realize, I can't keep living like this. That realization, as uncomfortable as it is clarity. That is readiness. That is the doorway. When you're truly ready for change, you won't feel confident. You won't feel brave. You won't feel prepared. You'll feel honest. You'll feel tired of carrying the weight of the old life. You'll feel the quiet pull towards something different, even if you don't know what that looks like yet. Readiness for change often looks like uncertainty. It looks like fear. It looks like saying, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I can't go back. It looks like choosing honesty over performance. It looks like noticing what drains you, what energizes you, and what no longer fits. A lot of people think they need a perfect plan before they make a change. But the truth is, you don't need a 10-step roadmap. You just need enough clarity to take the next right step. One small step. And when you take that step, the next one becomes visible. If you're in a season where you're questioning your life, feeling disconnected, feeling tired in a way that rest doesn't fix, or noticing parts of yourself you've ignored for a long time, that's readiness. If you're feeling emotional friction where there used to be ease, that is readiness. If you're noticing that the old ways of coping aren't working anymore, that is readiness. You don't have to be fearless to change your life. You just have to stop pretending you're fine. So if you're listening to this and something inside you feels tender or unsettled or quietly hopeful, I want you to know this. You are not behind. You're not broken. You're not failing. You are in a transition. You are becoming someone more grounded, more honest, and more connected to who you actually are. And if you want help navigating that transition, if you want support as you figure out the next chapter of your life, that's the work we do at Sapien Coaching. One conversation at a time, one small step at a time, one moment of honesty at a time. You don't have to carry this alone. You don't have to figure out everything at once. You just have to take the next step. You're ready, even if you're afraid. And this might be the moment everything starts to shift.